you, Mr. Doctor, for changing my diet. Come on. Thank you. It is helping my life. Woo! Da, 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 da. It's been 1 year, and it was not easy. It was not easy. Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Tosin and welcome to this episode on Elder Living with Tosin. So I started this channel in February, and if you are yet to watch the videos on this channel, please click on the link that you see on the screen to watch them. So guys, please do not forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. So let's dive into today's topic. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions since I opened this channel that, okay, so Tosin, why are you doing healthy content, or why are you delving into health and the rest of them? And I actually shared my story on my birthday, which was on February 17, where I talked about how I transitioned from my previous diet to the current diet based on doctors' recommendations. So I'm going to share my story, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it's also inspiring, and it also motivates someone watching this video. So I started my journey in March 2019, and it was a little bit difficult. I won't say a little bit, but it was quite difficult. Number one, I live in Lagos. I live and work in Lagos, and when the doctor placed me on a vegetarian diet, it wasn't just about the thinking, but I knew it was going to be very difficult. Number one, where will I get my food from? Where will I source my meals? What will I do? How will I make them? You know, there were a lot of questions in my head. So this was what happened. When I got the report in February 2019, I actually eased. And I was like, this is not me. I am not going to do this. I mean, why will I change my diet? What will I do exactly? I was just in a space where there were a lot of questions, going on in my head, and I made the final decision to start in March. So March 6, 2019 was the day I started my diet. And when I started with little things like carrots, lettuce, because I was familiar with lettuce, cucumber, and the rest of them. And as at then, I didn't even know what to do exactly. I didn't know how to mix and match. I didn't know how to make my meals. I had no idea of what to eat. So guess what? I was starving. It's not fasting, but I was starving, because I would say, okay, let me just eat 1 bowl of salad in a day, and I think that's the end. Until the next day, I would continue the same thing, and until I was told that no, it's not about starving, it's about eating at least 5 times in a day, guys. I don't even eat 5 times a day. How do you expect me to start eating 5 times in a day? Looking at my busy schedule and the things that I do with my work and everything, like I knew up in my head that I would not have time doing all of this. So my friend introduced me to a chef who makes healthy meals and all, and we got I started patronizing her, and I later realized that sometimes in the midnight I just get hungry, and I crave food a lot. I get hungry in mornings. I get hungry. It was not sustainable for me, getting my meals outside. I needed to start making my meals. So that was what I did. So I was buying my meals, and at a point it was no longer sustainable, and I decided to start making my own meals, which at first was very difficult. So guys, I forgot to mention the reason why my health, my diet changed. So my doctor actually placed me on a strict diet based on health reasons. In 2019, I went to see my doctor, and then I was informed that I had some health problems that it required me to change my diet. So which was why I didn't see it. It didn't come to me very easy when I received the report. I actually cried. I cried, and it was a very difficult decision to make, to say, okay, I'm moving from those points, and I'm actually transitioning into a new phase that I've never ever experienced before in my life. So it was a very difficult period in my life, and I'm grateful to God today, because on March 6, 2020, I celebrated 1 year since I changed my diet. And so far, I've seen improvement in my health. My eating habits has changed, because when it said, oh, you have to eat at least 5 times a day. It's not like I'm eating every time, maybe 5 times a day, but I now understand what to do. I have really mastered how to make my meals, including my snacks, my bread and the rest of them. So it actually goes a long way. So this was the main reason why I now moved into this whole new realm regarding health, talking about nutrition, talking about diet, talking about what to eat, what's best for us, for our health, for our body. Some of the things the doctor cut me off, and I'm going to list them. So while I am doing that, I might just start tearing up because it was really painful that I could no longer eat maybe ice cream, cake, sugar. So I was also told that I'm also lactose intolerant, and I'm actually a sweet tooth person, so I love anything sugar. Ijekuje, as so they say in Yoruba, like Ijekuje means anything sweet, or sweet things do. For the milk aspect, I actually had to fight it because I love milk. Like, I have this quantity of tea, and then I have this quantity of milk like in my cup. So cutting off milk was one of the things that I was told to do. Cutting off meat, cutting off fish, eggs. I like my rice, but more with egg and everything. You understand? But I was told to cut them off. It was difficult. I'm being honest here because it was a terrible moment for me. I had no idea of what I was going to eat. So imagine when I started, last year, I started with the things that I could recognize. So imagine my lettuce, the carrots, the cabbage, the cucumber were the only things I could recognize. I was not even introduced to broccoli, chickpeas, legumes, the rest of them, nuts and seeds. I had no idea as at that time of what to do, how to get them, what to make with it, how to eat them. I had no idea. So it was a very, very, very difficult journey. So I am really happy and excited that this channel is actually going to focus more on what I eat, and also focus on some of the substitutes that you can also have in your meals. So if you are going the LDR route, maybe you want to be a flexitarian, you want to be a pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, or maybe plant-based or raw vegan, you can actually take one or two things from this video or from this channel to say, okay, I think instead of me using this, I can use this as a substitute. Instead of me using the spice, I can use this as a substitute. So you can actually get one or two things and learn from other people that I'm also going to have on this channel. So that way we will give you helpful information and tips on what to do and how to make your meals, where to source them from, what to eat, where to buy. So this would just be around the things that I eat, but also to help you on your own health journey. So some of the questions that people have been asking me questions based on what I put on my stories on my personal page, and then now people have now seen the full video on this channel. People are already asking me questions on what to do, how to start, or where can I source my meals from, where can I buy them from. So I'm just going to quickly talk about some of these things because this is not the focus of this video. So in one of the questions that I got is how to transition into vegan or vegetarian, and one of the things I would say is pick out or start with the things that you are familiar with. Like I said, when I started my journey, I started with carrots, lettuce, cabbage, cucumber, and the rest of them. And then later I started, moving into the new things like broccoli, avocado, chickpeas, lentils, and the rest of them. I started gradually. And even when I changed, I was still eating my fish. Because excusez-moi, meat, yes, I could understand, but the fish and my eggs, I could not stop. I didn't stop immediately. So what am I saying? This is a journey. This is a journey, and you need to understand that this has to be sustainable for you as a lifestyle. So it's not about doing or changing your diet for 3 days, 7 days, 21, or a month, but seeing it as, okay, let me do this for at least 3 months. If I'm okay with it, then I can continue. If I'm not, then I would stop. So when I started in March, and then around May, I was already feeling tired. I was like, why should I be suffering, or why should I be missing the meals that I really love so much? And I stopped in May, and I picked up again in July. So it's about understanding your journey and also making sure that it's actually sustainable for you. So some of the places that you can actually source your meals, and I would mention that this was part of the discovery, the research that I had to do. And these places you can find them on the mainland or island. You can check out ShopRite, Spar, Rene Supermarket, Hubmart. There's one more. Did I mention Spa? Oh yes, Spa, because I get tofu from Spa. So you can get your tofu from Spa in case Renee, yes. Ebano, yes, you can also check out Ebano, ShopRite, Spa. Yeah, so those major supermarkets, basically anywhere, island, mainland, you can actually get any of these things. You can actually source for your meals and all. So in another video, I'll talk about the list of things that you can buy, you know. And for those who want to transition, I would say take it a step at a time. Do not rush yourself into trying to be plant-based, vegan or vegetarian. Take your time. Like I said, it's a journey. So what am I saying? I am not perfect and I'm not there yet, but this is just a lifestyle and it's a journey. So I want you guys to also understand that it's a journey and a lifestyle that you also need to embrace. And it starts from the mindset. Basically, it starts from your mindset. It starts from, you know, telling yourself that I want to do this and it's just not for me but for my own benefit. Because when I started, I looked at it and I said to myself, Tosin, this is for you actually owe yourself good health. You owe yourself the best. So I have to do it for myself and not for anybody else. So I want you to also do the same for you. Even when it's difficult for you and you feel that you are actually going to break off, please remember your why. Remember the reason why you changed. It's for the good and it's for your own benefit. Okay, so I am going to talk about cravings really quick, and I'll also talk about what I did to manage my cravings. So I would crave a lot, not just meals, but maybe snacks like biscuits, you know, all this ijakuja, like I said, you know, and I always had to deal with it. You know, it was crazy, it was terrible because it would just come anywhere and it would just eat me. Boom. And that was just it. So some of the things that I did to, you know, manage my cravings was to make sure that I actually stay away from the things that I was informed by my doctor to stop eating. So those are the main things that I would always see, like it was an imaginary picture of a food or maybe something, and I would just have to, you know, stop thinking about it. Not just stop thinking about it, but actually take my mind off it. So I would say it was a very difficult moment or process, you know, with all of this. So there was no particular time when my cravings would start and there was no particular time when it would end. But whenever it happens, I just have to take my mind off it and say, do you know what, Tosin, you're not supposed to eat sugar, too much sugar, you're not supposed to eat this, you're not supposed to eat that. You know, I'll just try to take my mind off it and look at the things that I'm supposed to eat. So I would then have to feed my eyes with the things I'm supposed to eat. I might just look at maybe one vegetable or one fruit, maybe, or look at something that I've never tasted before and then just look at it for some minutes, and then maybe with that my mind might just go off it. So it could be something that would work for you, but this was actually what worked for me. And again, what I would like to say again is that please listen to your dietitian or your doctor, you know, whatever it is they say that you should stay away from, please stay away from it. And do not try to, and if you have questions, please ask them. I had a lot of questions. I mean, anyone who knows Tosin knows that I would always ask questions. So I asked a lot of questions, and that also helped me, you know, move to the next step, move to the next phase, know what to do, how to do it, and what to do exactly. I am saying all of this because it's a journey, and this is a video which I just have to summarize and put one and two together just to get to my point. You understand? So it is very possible, I mean, to stay plant-based, vegan, vegetarian, raw vegan, flexitarian, pescatarian, anything that you choose to. It is very possible. Like I said, I live in Lagos, Nigeria, and I source my meals from here. Sometimes I buy whenever I travel, you know, all of that. So, but it is very possible, and I'm doing this to encourage anyone who is watching out there. I'm just doing this to encourage those who are trying to transition, but they don't even know where to start. They don't even know what to do, where to go to, who to ask from. And like I said, ask questions. Talk to your dietitian or your nutritionist, ask them questions, ask them where to source your meals and what to do. So guys, we've come to the end of this video on how I started my healthy living journey. Please like, subscribe, share and comment on this video. Please share with friends and families that you feel or that you know that need this video. Of course, it was helpful. I know it was. So guys, until next time, stay healthy and bye for now. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. It wasn't